Hi everybody, today we're going to solve simple quadratic equations and we're going to learn what it means to solve quadratic equations. So these are the objectives for today. So when we talk about the solutions of a quadratic equation, what is it that we are looking for? One second. Solve means we are trying to find the roots or the zeros or the x-intercepts. And when we are talking about x-intercepts, we are looking for these points on the graph where the parabola intersects the x-axis. So why do you think the solutions are called zeros? They are called zeros because at the x-intercepts, the y value is equal to 0. So let's look at a few graphs and figure out how many solutions are there. You know, a parabola can be placed anywhere on the coordinate plane. So quadratic equations may have, if you look at the first graph, there are two x-intercepts. We say there are two real roots. And in this case, the two real roots are at -1 and +1. In the second graph, there is only one point where the parabola touches the x-axis, and we say that there is only one real root, and this real root is at x is equal to 0. The last one does not have x-intercepts at all, so we say there are no real roots, and we say there are no real number solutions. There could be imaginary solutions. So when we ask you to write the roots or the solutions from a graph, make sure that you're writing the answer in a solution set. So a solution set for the first one, because there are two x values, you're going to write both x values in a solution set. This is not an ordered pair, so it's not x and y. This is a solution set and they're both values of x. For the second graph, the solution set will look like so, with a 0. For the last one, we're going to say that there are no real number solutions. There are solutions, but they are not real numbers. So that's how we write the solutions. Now let's do some math. How to solve simple quadratic equations using square roots. So here we have an equation in this form. There is only one x squared term. There is no x term. You want to make the equation equal to 0 first. Then you're going to isolate the x square, and when you find square roots, make sure you find both square roots. So here's our first example. We have 3x squared minus 75 is equal to 0. We want to move the 75 over, divide both sides by 3, and then if x squared is 25, then the square root of 25 is positive or -5. That means there are two solutions to x, and you're going to write them in a solution set in order. Let's try another one. For this one, we want to isolate x b squared, so we divide both sides by 64, and notice that 16 and 64 are both perfect squares, so you can find the square root of 16 over 64, and you will get a plus minus 4 over 8, which reduces to 1 over 2. So your solution set should have -½ and +½ I want you to pause the video and try this one on your own before you check it. Here goes. W squared is equal to -64 plus 36, which is -28. When you go to find the square root of -28, negative numbers don't have square roots, so we say that there is no solution. The next thing we want to do is solve word problems, and this is straight out of your textbook. We have an aquarium in which some dimensions are given, and the volume of the aquarium is 420 feet square. What is the width of the tank to the nearest tenth of a foot? And it says that the length is twice the width. Remember, we are going to be using the volume formula, so you must start with the formula, plug in, solve, and then answer with units. So we start off with the formula, and in this formula we know certain things. We know that the volume is 420, that the length is 2 times the width is the width, and the height is 3. So this simplifies to 420 equals 6w squared. Divide both sides by 6 and we get 70. The square root of 70 is positive or negative 8.4, but we can't use the negative, so the answer is that the width is 8.4 feet. Let's see if you can figure this out, and I will see you in class. Goodbye.